Well, let's just go to Afghanistan.
Okay.
Right? Because that's a timely topic right now. The United States invaded Afghanistan in 2001. Mm-hmm. Majority of people, the social consensus, I think, would be that was a good reason to go and invade Afghanistan to try to take out the Taliban, which was led by an individual or a group of individuals that orchestrated an attack on America, right, in 9/11.
Wasn't that Al-Qaeda that did 9/11? Or am I mixing things up?
So you're already starting to get into which group actually is the one who did it, et cetera. But the United States sends soldiers. Originally, if you've ever watched the movie 12 Strong, which is literally we sent specially trained kind of special operations soldiers. They land in the mountains. They team up with warlords in Afghanistan that the United States has deemed you are going to be our friend as we go fight the other warlords, right? Who are not our friend.
Yes.
How they are selected, who's good, who's bad, all up for debate, all up for, there's plenty of people who are much smarter than me, much more educated than me on that stuff, and we'll analyze it. And the U.S., 20 years later, almost to the day, is pulling out now. And over the last 20 years, we've spent trillions. There's been thousands of American lives that have been lost. And we went from invade and topple the Taliban to nation building. Nation building sounds like a great term. A lot of nuance in there. Whose side are you on? Who are you against? All up for analysis and debate. But as we leave, there is a Western world belief that we are taking away the order, the law and order of this country. The constant patrolling of American soldiers on the street to protect the citizens and do all this stuff. Afghanistan has made incredible progress from many different measurements in terms of women in the workforce, women educated, business creation, economic output. Like there's a whole bunch of metrics that you can look at, both that involve social issues and also do not, that there has been progress made. As we leave, there's now stories where the Taliban basically in a week has gone from control in the mountains and kind of the places where the U.S. had pushed them to they have now, as of an hour ago, have taken the second, third, and fourth largest cities in the country back. That would be the equivalent of taking back everything but like New York City, basically, right? There are reports coming out that they're going into schools and telling women, you are not allowed to go to school, go back home and do not come back. Going into workplaces, saying go home, do not come back. One of your male relatives can fill this position, but you're not allowed to be here. And there is this Western world view that the Taliban is going to come in, kill everyone. This is really bad. The destabilization of the country, etc. There's a lot of truth to that, right? As we know, the Taliban does not necessarily adhere to the Western values, etc.
Sure.
With that said, there's been plenty of reports over the last 20 years of citizens in the country who said, hey, we actually preferred when they were in charge because there was a power structure. There was rules. And sure, I don't like the rules, but I followed them. Like there was the rules. Equivalent. The mafia in New York in the 50s, 60s, 70s. There's a lot of people who just said, hey, those are the rules. Like they are the cops, right? Yeah. They basically act like the government. I pay a tax. They protect me. They have certain social rules, whatever. Yeah. I want to be clear that I'm not claiming either one of those groups are good people, right? Yeah. But what I am saying is that when there is a vacuum of power, somebody will always step in. Right, you saw this even in I think it was Seattle during the lockdowns. Yeah. What was that guy's name?
Oh, the warlord, the rapper,
right? Like some guy all of a sudden just had an AK-47, took a photo, and he's the king of Seattle, right? And it was like, holy shit, right? Like there is no difference between that guy and somebody who does that in a foreign country when there's a power vacuum. Yeah, and so it just starts to ask the question of like, what is the difference? Where is good and bad? What is good or evil? Like I just don't think it's as clear as people want to make it seem. And the world is really, really messy and there's lots of gray area.
It's complicated, man.